Much love and many blessings, family. Jesse Tree here. Sending much love and good vibes to today. Just wanted to connect in and share from my heart, my channel, so to speak. And I want to start off by thanking Elitom for his candid and heartfelt video apologizing for his transgressions. He had, in case you hadn't known, had some mishaps on his journey, some natural human flaws that he admitted to. I won't speak to them. I'll let events speak to themselves and Elitom speak to himself for himself. But I'm grateful to you, teacher, for coming straight with that. It means to me that you are integrity and that you care about women, because to me they are my heart guides. Primarily my mother, my sister raised me. My wife is part of my dear heart teacher learning, and part of my personal Buddhist practice involves recognizing the divine feminine that is our own hearts. So thank you, teacher, for that, because I can now once again hold you in my heart as my teacher. And so I really feel that that's important, that we all realize that we're all learning, and that enlightenment, as Elitom would say, comes in measures and degrees, and it just is a constant process of unfolding. We're constantly getting more enlightened. And so that's what I wanted to speak to today. On the one hand, acknowledging and recognizing, giving thanks for that, and on the other hand, recognizing my place here. Now I've been struggling for some time trying to understand, after my years and years of studying alchemy and Ayurveda and permaculture and stuff, how that relates to me now in my breatharian phase, where the emphasis on food and what to eat and everything is not as important as the emphasis on building energy in various ways, like through meditation, sleep, qigong practice, exercise, being in the sun, being barefooted, various other practices, but the key one being meditation, to let our body teach itself to absorb prana, which is actually, as Nikola Tesla would say, that electricity is suffusing the entire cosmos, and there's plasma in the atmosphere. This is an energetic place we live in, and your body itself, if you took one of the atoms and tore it apart, it would make cataclysmic explosion. So that's the kind of energy, and you're made of trillions of these atoms, so you are an energetic light being primarily. Your pineal gland and your DNA are both transmitter receivers of light, according to modern science, and your eyes, your third eye, what have you, are all photo sensitive, and so these things are part of our natural existence, and that's what I'm learning more about, this light body cultivation, pranic activation thing, and it all dovetails into this life cultivation stream I've been working on through Ayurvedic practice and permaculture practice, with the land, and being barefoot every day, and in the sun like this, and that has helped to build the state for me. Wanted to delve into, so I see my state now, my purpose and my service, to be more in the realm of continuing this practice of life cultivation, and understanding everybody's individual needs based on dosha type, blood type, genetic history, but knowing all the while that certain practices like fasting or eating as slightly as one can, and meditating and exercising in various practices are going to be helpful as sort of a panacea, sort of in the basic element of we're electrical beings primarily, and the whole acidity alkalinity aspect that can be balanced by our breath as well as by our eating practices and so forth. So I want to go into a little bit of that, how the practice has gone for me so far. I'm going to go in further videos into deep detail as my understanding has deepened through my own practice and from learning from Elitom, what the nuances of breatharianism is. I want to demystify breatharianism because people think of it as a mystical state. There is that aspect because we are mystical beings and this is a mystical place, and it's partly tapping into that. I believe this electricity is consciousness itself, and it's about building this electricity in your body so that your consciousness is growing as well. And your heart field primarily being the 0 point where this springs from. And this is, in my practice, the feminine aspect. If you think about it, everything comes from the feminine. We all came through here through our mothers, and our mothers and our daughters and our sisters. We can no longer objectify in the past, sort of male-dominated thought pattern. So I am totally in resonance with this, like I said, being raised by women, and wanted to speak to it again because I see this as primary for me as part of my learning and the unfolding of the understanding of pranic living is opening the heart, and that love is the primary vibration that sustains this state. That you can't do it on skill and electricity and building through practices alone. That we're all not. It's the other thing is this isn't all about like not eating. This is about opening up our hearts and our consciousness to oneness and the fullness of living in a juicy, connected life of relationship and caring. And so I see these as primary parts of the breatharian, path. I want to go into a little bit of detail about how I understand it works, and this whole thing of how there's different phases of life. There's like your educational phase, your householder phase, and your forest and renunciation phase. And your household educational phase is like up to your your 20s or 30s while you're building your body and having experiences, and you need physical food. You need these experiences to become more embodied as a spirit, learning to be embodied in material form. And then as you grow in your household years, you start to gain in wisdom and stuff, but also there's been this accumulation that happens inside of you of like most of the food that we eat stays inside and is not eliminated, and especially if you don't fast or juice fast or do anything to clean that out. So that comes in the time when it's an excellent time to start experimenting with intermittent fasting and liquidarianism